What's up, Overcome Army? It is Monday. It is time to get on course. It is time to get back on track with your life. It is time to crush your goals. It is time to grab onto relentless positivity and make a difference, not only in your life, but in the lives of all the people around you guys. There is enough negativity in this world. We are just being beat to death with negativity, man. Sensationalism in the news, negative outlooks on everything. Man, all you have to do is just scroll through social media and all you get is negativity and hate and comparison mentalities. People who show, these picture perfect worlds. That's not reality. It's just not. I don't care who you are, whether you're The Rock, I think 7 million followers or something, maybe more than that for The Rock. Maybe it's 300 million. I don't remember what it is, but it's a lot. And The Rock posts some great stuff, man. I love his messages. But at the end of the day, even The Rock has hard days, man. And so many of us get caught up on those things in this life. It's so easy. I'm guilty, guys. I'm guilty. I'll scroll through social media sometimes and I'll see friends of mine who are doing some big event. And I'm like, God, man, I'd love to do that event. I'd love to be a speaker on that stage. And it makes you wonder, well, shoot, what's wrong with me? Why didn't I get invited? It's so natural. It's just human nature that we do these things. So that's why it's so critical to be positive. It's so critical to find goals, small goals, guys, small goals, and then knock them out one after another, after another, after another. Because when we do this, it creates momentum. It creates positive energy. It creates inertia. It creates all these things that make us start moving forward, and you feel good about yourself. And that's the most critical thing in this life. We're always going to be beat down with the adversity but the Overcome Army is about stepping up, setting goals, knocking those goals down, and then getting up and repeating the process over and over again. That's what the rule of 3P is about. We set those 3 goals, one personal, one physical, one professional. Every day we knock these little goals out, and every day you feel a little better. You feel, and you're moving a little further forward. So today, what I want to talk to you about is the myth of 2. And actually, so 2 is not actually a numerical 2. It's actually the myth of 2, T-O-O. And guys, we all have been beat up with the word 2. I have my entire life. I have been told, you're too small to be a SEAL. When I played football, I was told, you're too small, you're too slow, you're too weak. When I went to become a SEAL and went into the Navy, I was told, you're too skinny, you're too small, you'll never be a SEAL. When I decided to become an officer, I was told, you're too immature, you're too rash. And I had to focus once again on that. When I failed as a leader and found myself on the bottom of that deep dark hole where guys were like, kick them out, I was told, you're too immature, you're too rash, you're too arrogant. All the 2s, guys. When I was wounded, I remember laying in that hotel bed, them telling me, you're too broken, you'll never be able to finish your career. All of us in life have been told, we've been beat down, we've all heard it. We've been told, you're too skinny, you're too fat, you're too nice, you're too mean, you're too big, you're too little, you're too gay, you're too straight, you're too black, you're too white. Whatever it is in this life, we are beat down with this idea of 2. And so many people, when they hear that, they buy it. They get on the X. They believe it in their mind that it's too late. This is another huge myth, that it's too late. That for me, it's too late. I've messed up too much. That was a myth I believed in, guys. When I failed as a leader, I told myself it's too late. I remember telling Vince Peterson, I remember telling him I've messed up too much. The guys will never follow me again. And guys, that's why it is the myth. Yes, too old. You're too old. Miss, guys, I want to tell you something. It is never too late. It is never too late, guys. And I am living proof. My whole life I've been told, you're too this, you're too that. Guys, if you want to make an impact in this life, it is time to get off that X, crush, ignore, overcome the myth of twos. Because the reality is, any of you can overcome. Any of you can create a massive impact in this life, in your own life. No different than I have. I'm not special, guys. I mean, I'm 5 foot nothing. I weigh a bucko nothing. You know, my whole life I've been told you're to this and you're to that. But the difference between me and so many other people out there is I got off that X. I got off that X. Even though sometimes I don't 100% believe it or not, I still carry the scars to this day. I'm 47 years old. And sometimes I still hear that little voice in my mind that says, you're too small. You're too small to do that. You're too small to fight, or you're too small to be a SEAL, which is insane. I've accomplished all these things. But that's human nature. But the difference between people who are successful and people who get stuck on that X in this life is that I continue to drive forward. I get off that X. I ignore the myth of twos. So many people, it goes back to what we were talking about last week. So many people believe in those myths. They believe in this idea, you've messed up too much, or you're too small, or you're too whatever, And they consider them, and then they get into that victim mindset. Well, I'm a victim. I'm a victim because they think this about me. They think that I'm too this or I'm too that. But the reality is, the only thing stopping you from accomplishing greatness in this life is you. Is you. No one pins you to that X. No one has control over you to force you to say you're too old, or you're too slow, or you're too fast, or you're too fat. You control the outcome. It's not going to be easy, though. To get off that X, it takes discipline. It takes emotional leadership. It takes our ability to overcome those demons. It takes effort to once again believe in the power of you. But what it is, guys, it is small incremental goals, one right after another. No different than what I did when I decided to become a SEAL, and they said, you're too small, you're too skinny, all these different things. I just trained. I trained, and I said, I will show you. I have the ability. I believe in myself. And I did it. And when I failed as a leader and they said, you're too immature, you're too brash, you're too arrogant, then I focused on rebuilding myself. I focused on what it is to be an effective leader. I focused on learning to better manage my emotions. I focused on better understanding what leadership is and how I can be a better leader. And when they told me I was too broken, I focused on how do I build myself back up and become my next version of 100%. I have been reinventing myself my whole life, breaking through these barriers of the twos, the myth of the twos. Guys, you are no different. You are no different. So stop listening to the haters and the naysayers that try and tell you you're too whatever. The reality is you have the power to be the best version of yourself. Ignore the twos, baby, and start driving forward. Get off that X. Understand the power of greatness that lies within you is all on you. It's all on you. The only thing stopping you from crushing your goals is you. All right, guys, that's Monday Mustard for today. If this is your first time listening to Monday Mustard, or watching it, make sure you go on YouTube and do me a favor. Click on that little subscribe button. We're trying to grow our YouTube channel. And if you like what you hear, Maybe you want some more of that in your life. Maybe you're like, man, I could use more of this. I could use people around me that would help me to accomplish my goals, to help me lose weight, to help me achieve that next level of success in my life. Check out our Overcome Army, our group coaching, man. It is nothing but this. With fellow overcomers, individuals who are focused on that small incremental goals in their lives, to be able to knock down those goals, to be the best version of themselves, to slap away the myth of the twos. Too late, messed up too much, whatever it is. It's never too late. You can do it. Check out overcomearmy.com. And I want to say I appreciate all of you. Keep crushing it. Break, destroy, annihilate the myth of twos, and believe in the power of you. All right, I'm out.